So first, I want to give a shout out to Botcher. We talked about it a little bit yesterday, blocking the Boogie Bomb with the line of sight, building himself out, and then using all of his utility to put himself in an advantageous situation. So the Storm, in this case, does 10 damage per tick. Each one of the campfires heals him for 2, which means he's taking 4 damage per tick since he had 3. Gives him 25 seconds to pop a medkit. So as long as he pops it before halfway through, he'll get that off. Didn't even need it. Now, Vino here, his self-awareness and his ability to move through the tarp and utilize the RPG to get quick eliminations, like catching the person as they go to window peek, catching the player just before.
I always find the World Cup interesting.
Brilliant there. And
so I'm live streaming me reacting to the World Cup right now.
On the backside of the circle.
Hold on, let me put my noodles away.
Incredibly here, committing to so many of these fights and
Are we getting sniped out over here?
3-piece of eliminations and then able to get around the side of the circle. I mean, brilliantly executed from him there, but unfortunately, Vipix cleaning that one up, and the casters asked for it, so I figured we'll give them what they want, maybe with a brilliant performance to run it down. So at this point, it is a duo versus the rest of the world, with Navy being one of those. It's a heavy snipe and a dream, but the dream comes in the form of that pump, and I'm Life just not necessarily being aware there, seeing the player running right in front of him, but now maybe here, this is really where he does it. Gets the turnover onto Ravux, uses the siphon to then get to the outside.
Finally, I can actually kill enemies, okay.
Trying to find him on the high ground, knocks him down, gets the
This will be
siphon
fun.
as well, which gives him a little bit more room to work with as he turns around and finds the player who had run out of mats. There's nothing he could have done. I mean, that low ground victory in a 1v the rest of the world situation has got to feel amazing, Lupo.
I'm going to be honest, at a certain point, you were doing the math at the very beginning there, and I imagine the gif of the guy with the numbers floating around his head, trying to add it all up. I would have just thrown the campfires down and kept my fingers crossed. And with the awareness, like you said, maybe at the very end there, absolutely insane, picking up siphon heals outside in the Storm, fighting his way back in, and just playing the low ground warrior position, not putting himself in a terrible spot, just kind of biding his time, knowing exactly when to strike and exactly where to strike, coming away with the victory royale. Now, we've seen a number of games so far today. Thank you again to Zeke and Goldboy for casting those. Up until now, we have a new standings update, right, Sundown?
Yes, we do have a new standings update, so let's take a look. Again, there will be only 4 spots up for grabs. So again, here is that line, and you can see it's quickly turned into a battle for that 4th place, sort of. The top 3 starting to section themselves out, but with that being said, there's always a possibility of a huge game. However, one thing I do want to call out, the top 3 here, they're spread between eliminations to placement, 49% to 51 right here for Airwalks and Nikov. Benji Fishy and Mr. Savage a little towards Elam side, 57 to 43% for eliminations. Mongro and Mitro, 51% to 49. We've talked about it, a strong, balanced approach for all going for high eliminations, but playing for the late game to give yourselves more of those opportunity is what is allowing these guys to succeed. And in reality, any of these guys, I mean, we see DRG, the player who was able to clutch up last week and win in a tiebreaker situation to qualify for the grand finals, has now bumped himself up onto that top page. And realistically, anybody here or anybody within kind of a 10 to 12 point swing at the end could challenge for one of those top 4 spots.
Now, those top 3 duos, those are absolutely terrifying.
Yeah.
If you jump into a match against players like that, you see those names in the feed, I inside would panic. I don't know about you guys at home, but that's kind of nightmare fuel for me, Sundown. They're incredibly good. The awareness is through the roof. And Jack and I had an opportunity to talk about it in the past. We've mentioned it a number of times. So many things. It's almost like sensory overload when it comes down to the last few rotations in some of these games. So people at home, you have to realize these players are at the top of their game the entire time. There's a reason that they're 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, wherever they are on the board. They're top 10 for sure. They're playing out of their mind, and they've earned that spot thus far. That being said, we have more matches up. We still have Zeke and Golden Boy. Gentlemen, if you don't mind, take it away.
That's right. Speaking of nightmare fuel, you got Golden Boy and Zeke here.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm like a dream come true, okay? At least
you're
that's
very
what my mom tells me, all
Yes.
right?
She's
All
like,
right.
Zeke, you're just a dream come true.
Oh, she's Hispanic.
Oh, yeah.
Oye, Zeke. Oye, mijo. You are a dream come true, and I love you.
That's not Spanglish. She would just say it. That's very all right. Anyway, let's hop into the game.
That's how when I imitate my mother, that's typically what I end up doing.
Is that how
No, she doesn't at all. Actually,
Oh,
sounds more like a New Yorker than anything else. But it's always just funny to just like envision, you know, like my Puerto Rican mother just being very Puerto Rican. You know, it's always great. All right, well, we're back in the action, folks, and we hope you guys have been having a good time. You saw the top 3 duos at the top there. Some of the biggest names in European Fortnite. And I agree. I saw Mongrel pop up there for a moment, and even though he had 10 HP, I was still afraid of him.
So
that's how good he is.
Oh my God!
382. Yeah, you're going down. Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna do it on Twitch. Where is the World Cup? Simon, you still alright? Week 2.
Really got to be careful when you, especially when someone beams you and you go down and you get the revive. You've got to be aware. These guys, they know you've gone down. They know you're in that critical only 30 HP. They want that elimination. Got to be more careful when you're making rotations.
And at this level, these players, they're keeping track of everything. If they see that, you know, they know where your options are. They're looking at the builds and they're recognizing, okay, maybe he goes back. They can't go too far back because his back's against the Storm. They go to the right. Cool. We know that we have them either way. But here we go now. Storm is about to move in just a little bit. Only a couple seconds remaining. Dynasty Carnage, no shields, along with Azelov. That has to hurt. All these players are surrounded by players that have a lot of HP, a lot of health to go and take these fights straight up. So they're going to have to play smart. Now we have Zeron and Zynox here. They're waiting. There's a player actually to the left side here of Zeron, but the community launch. No,
I got the bounce. Let's go.
They're all gonna get bonked. They're all gonna get bonked. Oh no. Oh no.
There we go.
On the other side of the wall.
Oh no. The dude managed to pick up the elimination there onto Azelov, and I mentioned on Azelov before, very weak. His teammate Carnage does manage to get out of there, but Zeron is going to be left for the back of the Storm for the time being. Carnage is trying to stay up. You also have some ballers that are going to circle about here. You know, you got to be careful because if you see that cracked baller, some players may just go for the shot. They don't want to deal with your shenanigans if you're hanging out in a baller.
Yes and
no. Are you playing Fortnite,
so when they
Junior?
crack the baller, there's like a moment to fire back, and that's why you see some
Discord
of these
always
like,
says you're playing Fortnite. It's so annoying.
Retaliate. It's because they just want to make sure, right? You want to just be like, look, this guy's not going to mess with me.
Yeah.
Now, unless you're a Brave, then you roll up, hop on the bar.
Like Ninja stream for a little bit after
in
this,
which case, my God, I'm going to lose my mind. But
well, my concern there is there were 2 players literally staring at him.
You're right.
You know,
they were like,
I'm always worried about that.
Top of the morning to you. All right.
Yeah, but there's always that other added risk to it as well, and you do want to mitigate that as much as possible. Put yourself in a winning position. Zeron manages to pick up an elimination there as well. That's going to be number 2 for Zeron. Not a lot of builds. Just going to need to find some more elims, but continues to take more shots. And those are more times. The more times he has to reset, re-shield up, get back into the swing of things here.
Yeah, for sure. And keep in mind, he is by himself. Zynox is gone. He does have that heavy snipe and RPG combo, so keep an eye on that. He's going to fire a shot out, switch the heavy sniper, and then shoot the wall or structure out, and then RPG's going to come in through potentially finding eliminations. He does get cracked for quite a bit, though. He's okay. Oh, 122! Oh, my God, that was a disgusting flick shot. It's okay. He's still in this. That siphon comes through. Jimmy, he's got to do something. He's got to get out of it. He still manages to take out Snozq, and Snozq was not expecting that at all, and he will get the siphon from that. He's got to wait for that player to go down, stay alive. There's going to be another one right next to him, throws down the ramp, but goes back into the hovel. But he challenges outside, 44 blue, and he's going to get challenged inside the box, but won't be able to stay alive. That was a great run there from Zeron, but not enough. And up above, you have 2 players from 2 different duos,
my colleagues
Pyko
right now from
and Jexy in the ultimate high ground. Wonder what the resources are looking like for Jexy. But down low, look at all of the players there. And there we have the split view. So Jexy has 45. You might want to get a little bit lower, but you're just going to wait this out. See if you can continue to get some more eliminations.
Yeah, he is a little bit high. He could afford to come down one more grid, but he wants to make sure that if someone tries to challenge high ground, he can retaliate. We see players going down all the way there in the low ground. Keep in mind, guys, there's only one duel left. You can tell in the top right, 8 players, 7 of them being duos.
I wear some sweaty
To beat
skins.
the world, as Sundown likes
Frostbite
to say.
is like my sweaty
Jaquan
skin.
trying
So.
to approach Jexy, and he's like, no,
I
no,
use a
friend,
lot.
my high ground.
Look
Stay away.
where this is going, by the way. This is going to go up the hill, and Jexy has
Actually,
that
it's my
high ground, so
tryhard
these players
skin.
are going to have to push on up and 90 their way. You got to crank those 90s, baby. But Jexy's not going to give you the opportunity to do just that, and Jakari's going to be losing HP. This is Jexy's game to win. Jaquan's going to be out of this one. Demon's out of it. Jexy got it, and there
Do you know
have it, the
how
victory
hard like the
royale.
cup
Jexy
finals are, bro?
maintained high ground position the entire
They're-
time.
they're
and
insane.
Never looked back. You know, I
Ew.
stand corrected. We mentioned earlier, maybe you might
You know how
want to
hard
get
they are, right?
a layer or 2 down, but Jexy's plan, recognize it.
I was
That's why
watching
I'm
my
here,
one of my favorite,
and Jexy's there.
one of my favorite streamers stream it.
Yeah,
They couldn't even get like close to like
a lot
top
of
3.
times in the chaos, you kind of forget where you are, and then the mountain ends up overtaking you, and then
Okay.
if someone's above you, they box you out. You have to try and punch through their metal, wood, brick, etc. to try and get up, and he just maintained high ground. It's like, these guys
Hello,
have to come to me.
Joseph.
I'm not going to change my elevation.
Happy
I'm going to
Easter,
gatekeep
boys.
them. They're just sitting in front of me, and that's enough to get him the win.
Yeah.
Now we move
This
on
is
to the next
sad,
game with the
Simon.
Fire
You're not
Twins,
good
Bubba
as a
Bless,
PC player at
Stevlar.
all.
Very impressive victory royale.
Even
there.
a
That
mobile-
was,
I'm
that
slowly
was
getting
very
Even a
good to
mobile
watch, but
player is better than you.
Oh no, these 2 players are actually going to be down low.
I saw
They get
mo-
pressured right away. Can the
Okay,
Fire
I actually
duo
have an
push in? These
excuse to
guys
be
are-
worse than a
they're
mobile
waiting
player
for
because
this. They know
you know
exactly where
Brendan
they
and
are.
Brendan, right?
Can they
They're
hold this one down?
they're
It's
probably
gonna
like
go
better
in.
than
Semir's
you
gonna go
too.
down. One
No,
more
I'm
player,
better
and
than
that's gonna
them.
be the
Oh,
cleanup,
actually
and
serious.
Bubba
I'm
Bless
actually
will
serious.
get
I'm
4
better
out of
than them.
5
They're
total.
bots, dude.
They gotta
You should
get the
see 'em
pickup here.
build.
He will be able to
They're
get the res.
bots,
Too much for
bro.
too much. I think they commit
No,
to
I
The
don't
twins,
like
the
this.
twins.
Unless they have a
Yeah,
rift,
the
is there-
twins, they're
please.
bots.
They're okay.
Okay.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Well, they're better than me.
Well, because you're a bot too.
Yeah. Oh, and the ultimate high ground at the top
I'm an
of
okay
the
bot.
volcano. And
No,
look
you're
at
the-
this.
you're like
this is such
down,
This is
down.
dangerous territory, man.
I can't even get a solo win because you should
kinda
see how
going
many
away
sweats I
from
get
the top
on
of the
like solo.
volcano, but even then, it's like
It's just that you're
man,
bad at
there's
the
just
game.
so much awkward terrain that's going to be about these players.
I have
will
to
need
stop
deal
doing
with.
solo.
Before we really,
I just have to do like the squads, like the limited time mode.
Keep doing it because that was
The mode's
the
so good though, I
sickest
swear.
fly-through I think
You're
I've seen
basically
so
a more
far.
confident
And
person of
very
Logan.
okay, Snatter.
He already
smelt
had
it.
he already had he.
Okay,
But I'm
so
better
this
than
is
him.
confirmed.
I think he already had him down. Yeah.
I was gonna say, if
That's
you just got him with the
something
stinker,
that
that's
you're
you
actually-
hate to see.
that's
It's 5
like the first
HP,
person you're
straight
actually
to your
better
health
than.
bar. I love that he's got 4 more though, GB. These items are
Yep.
so.
The difference
only
between
increase in value
me and
the
Logan
longer
is
you
one of
go
us
on
is
in the game.
actually good,
That's-
the other is trash.
Especially as that effective play space is
Both of you
shrinking.
guys are trash.
Drop it on the ground. You're like, all right, everybody.
Well, I'm
no,
better than
it's
him.
only 5 damage.
And I'm better than
Just
you.
walk inside the sting cloud. It's okay.
Exactly.
You
You're a
think
pro,
fast,
Juniors.
but
I mean, like,
those
It
things-
smells terrible.
That's why
Even
you're
our
good,
shear is
so-
more
That
annoying
too,
than you.
that too.
I'm in this is trash.
Okay, okay, you have a point there.
Oh, Joseph, you're
Imagine
sick?
if we had
Aw,
Fortnite-
sucks to be you,
Fortnite
Joseph.
This is so rare. I just
You know,
got like a
4D
thermal,
experience.
Yeah,
a thermal scope.
I went to go
and
see
the
a movie in
LTM.
4D. Do not
Alright.
recommend. It's not very good. It's just like really weird, just blowing wind in your face. It just made no sense. I was like, this is not what I need right now. Please just let me watch my movie in peace. Anyway, Quentin and Luna here want to be left in
I want to
peace.
see Savage
They
in
would
this.
very much like
in this
just
season.
make it to the top 15 with
I
no
think
problem
Savage
whatsoever.
tried it, and
Maybe
yeah.
get to some eliminations, something cheeky like that.
Ooh.
Oh, gets all there off of the jump pad. There's going to be another one there as well. Fall into the storm. They get
Ooh, that
anyone that's
aim.
rotating out of this one. That's 2 eliminations.
That's what she said.
Hey, not
That's
bad.
the
They
thing
wanted to be
about,
left alone in
World
peace,
Cup.
and they got
Everyone
just what
has
they
such
wanted,
good aim.
and some elims to boot.
Exactly.
You, everyone
Now the thing going,
is
and don't
like
forget, guys, top
completely
15 in the first
pros
round
in like
of
World Cup.
placement
I
points.
swear.
That's what these guys are
Well, yeah,
fighting
'cause it's
for.
the World Cup.
Those points are
Except
so
for-
crucial
unless
to
you're
their
still-
game. 3 points up for grabs.
Unless you still
Just
have
for
like
hitting
0
top
points in
15.
arena, then
And now top end,
there's no
with
pros.
Nico and Lucky's, they have 3
Talking about
eliminations
arena,
between
Simon,
I wouldn't even
them.
get-
So this is
you
gonna
should
make
do
it
arena
rotating
since
difficult, especially if we go
it's
up that
easier
volcano.
since
We
there's
go
a bunch
north
more
side,
bots.
it's gonna get hectic quick. Let's hope we go.
I know, but
anywhere
arena, I'm
else.
so bad at arena
We'll
too.
find
So
out here in about
I mean, you're
3
bad at
seconds.
everything,
The
so.
stress is
Exactly.
through the roof. Okay,
Okay, we're
all
going
right.
far away, and we're going away from the lava as well.
I'm only good at
But
like
we're gonna-
Team
we're gonna
Rumble
go
and all those
through
other
lava,
modes,
bear in mind.
LTMs.
And players might The pan with this one dearly. Lucky's gonna push into Nico, but Lucky's, excuse me.
Because they have like mixed rules, so like the rules are like always different, so they're easier.
I stand corrected there, and there's Kiowa.
What the heck?
But it gives you like an actual challenge, so.
That was so gross.
Nice shot there from
I could've got a solo win yesterday, but I didn't.
Duo.
I came so close though.
Vitality, very prominent French
You're a
organization.
legitimate
I've had the
bot,
opportunity to
son.
cast
I know.
many games from this
Oh
squad.
no!
Oh no!
Oh
Oh no! That hurts. That's a rough one, but that's okay. You go past that one, you just get that mental reset, and you go right back into the game. Hawkers, though, does need an elimination. And Quentin, right there, so weak. Less than 150 HP for Quentin. They don't know that he's right below them.
What's that aim,
12-year-old
though?
kid back in the lobby
I mean, that
once
aim
again.
delay.
And the geyser.
Who's in?
Utilizing the geyser just to stay up and recycling that geyser again. So going back to the well, Zeke.
Yeah.
Bro,
you
this
wanna
kid's a
stay
bot. How did I
close
not kill
enough, like
him?
they're doing to be able
Because
to
you're a
continue
bot, too.
tarping out over
Oh my
all the
God.
action down below, but as you can see, there's a bunch of other
Oh, the
players that
minigun
did the
play.
same thing.
Hawkers had a minigun out. I wonder if
There is
Hawkers
such a
maybe
major delay.
managed to snag or do some damage to a few of them.
He definitely scared them. All right, when you hear a minigun spin up, that's not where you want to be. You need to leave immediately.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see if
All right.
Theo can find.
Oh no!